because this cloth will serve as a first aid.
Okay na.
Imagine going to the forestry camp and you suddenly realize you forgot your matchsticks and lighters. Hi, we are Group 4 from Grade 12 STEM 5 and we are here to teach you 3 ways on how to make fire without lighters and matchsticks. For the first method, you only need a clear plastic bag, some water, and of course, sunlight.
So what you want to do first is find the ray of light and capture it with the clear plastic, which already has some water in it. This bag will serve as a magnifier for the sun and it will strengthen the heat provided by the light. You will also want to direct the light towards the material that you want to combust. For our example, we use this dried up leaf and weight it.
Pinangalan na ako. Hirap pa buhay ah. Iyak na lang ako. Balak ko nga, umiyak na lang eh.
20 minutes later.
Grabe pa rin pasensya ko nung bata. Matagal yun.
2 hours later.
Kaya men siya. Konti na lang.
Wala nang bulag na yun.
3 weeks later.
Ito ba sa baba na?
Many months later. So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
Wala bang ano?
Ilapit mo yung doon. Nasunog yung dingding mo.
Ikaw yung para sa grade yan. Wala na! Kumuha kayo ulit.
So let's recap. You need a clear plastic bag with some water in it, capture the sunlight, and direct it towards the thing that you want to start fire on. Ay, mali. Baliktad. For the second method, you will need a foil wrapper and cut it in an hourglass shape so that the thinnest portion is in the middle. You also need a battery. What you want to do is take the battery and place one end of the foil wrapper on the negative side and the other on the positive. You also need to press firmly to begin combustion. Place it near the material you need to build fire on and just transfer the fire. For the final method, you will need a battery and a really thin steel wool. Place these materials over the material you need to start fire on and just rub the battery against the steel wool to start friction and cause a spark. This will start a fire on the material you need to combust.
So now that you know how to build a fire with natural sunlight, let's get into more failed camping situations, such as forgetting your tent, your first aid kit, and of course your matches and lighters.
What if you forgot your tent and you don't have any use for it? Materials you can use for this are log, twig, or leaves as an improvised shelter. The use of log, twig, and leaves can be used as an alternative shelter. What if you forgot your first aid kit? When cut, always remember to clean it with a clean water, and after cleaning it, tie it with a clean cloth to stop the bleeding. If having a fracture, first, you need to find a long cloth or a piece of cloth and cut it to prolong it, like this. And after cutting it, make sure that it will fit on a person with a fracture. First, you need to tie the cloth. Make sure it will fit the person with a fracture. So, put it like this and put this on like this. There.
What if you forgot the things you need to make fire when you were camping or hiking outside? Well, these following methods will help you. Even if you forgot some of these important things like lighters and matchsticks. For the first method, you can use any clear plastic and fill it with water and place it directly from the sun and put it directly above that thing you want fire to be on. For the second method, you can use a battery and a piece of foil. First, you have to cut the foil thinly into the middle and then place it on the negative and positive side of the battery and press firmly and wait until fire is done. For the third method, you will need a battery and steel wool. First, you have to put the steel wool directly on top of the thing you want the fire to be on, and put the battery on top and rub it until fire is done.
But what if your friend becomes injured and these first aid alternatives aren't enough? Here are more failed camping situations and how to deal with them.
Our situation is about what are we going to do when one of the members of our team had an injury in his feet, and that led him to losing the ability to stand or walk. And because of this, he couldn't go down the mountain. So our number one procedure is
So for the first option, the strongest member of the team will carry the one that who is injured in his or her back while going down from the mountain.
The second option is the other members of the team can make an improvised stretcher with the use of their clothes to help them carry the injured person.
The third option would be a stretcher made from some street branches or with some strong bamboos. You must first find one of these so that you can have a base in your stretcher. After finding some wood, you need to find some long dead stems, enough to use it to tie it around the two edges of the wood that you found, and tie it as many times to make the stretcher much more durable. After you do this option, you must first prevent the injury from getting worse. You can make a temporary leg exoskeleton with the use of tree branches, and you can do this by using a couple of straight tree branches, about a half an inch or thicker. Take these branches and place one in each side of the brick, and keep it away from the wound. Tie this with a handkerchief, bandanas, or anything similar. Make sure the branches are firm but not so tight that you're cutting off circulation. What you're doing here is creating a temporary exoskeleton to hold everything in place to prevent further damage.
And that is it for this video. Hopefully you've learned how to build fire with natural sunlight, build an improvised shelter, treat first aid without your first aid kit, and helping a friend out while camping. We are Group 4 from Grade 12 STEM 5, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye!